Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. This is London Tay coming to you today with another video, girl. In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to do 12 stitch feed-in boho feed-in braids, okay? So if you guys are interested in seeing how I do this, then go ahead and continue watching, girl. And do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, y'all. It really helps my channel if you give this video a thumbs up. And if you have not already subscribed, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, y'all, okay? So yeah. So I'm just going to go ahead and start off. You've seen her natural hair at the beginning. And I'm going to give you guys tips and tricks and let you guys know what I am doing, all right? So when you have an even number of braids that the client wants, she wants 12 braids, all right? So you will part that down the middle and you will just do 6 on the left side and 6 on the right side. It will make it easier. If you want to pre-part, you can pre-part, guys. I just decided not to. I just feel like it was just going to be too much for me to pre-part. So I just kind of pre-part it in my head and just hope for the best, to be honest. But to make things easier, if you're not an expert braider, I suggest, highly suggest that you guys pre-part, okay? So, now when it comes to anything over 10 braids, you're going to want to do this row of knotless box braids in the back, guys. I'm going to just do 3 braids. So that way you have enough room to braid all the braids down and you still have it look full, okay? If you try to squeeze all the braids in the back, especially the nape of the neck where it's very narrow, you're going to have overcrowding. You're going to have the braids kind of braided on top of each other and not laying flat. You guys don't want that, okay? So I'm just going to do a few feed-in braids in the back so that way it doesn't have that pulling effect in the back, and that way it has room. So when I do decide to braid everything down, it's going to reach above that knotless braids and it's going to still look full, okay? All right, y'all, so now that I did those 3 braids in the back, I am parting down the middle like I stated, and I'm going to start on the left-hand side, and I am going to do these feed-in braids, all right? So what I like to do is I like to just go ahead and do a rough draft part, and then I like to get the even edge control, and then I like to just go ahead and clean up that parting, which I'm about to do right now, guys. So you're going to pre-part, put the edge control or whatever, the product on that part, and then you are going to clean up the parting, okay? Very important. I'm going to tie the right hand side of hair up, and then I'm going to start braiding on the left hand side, okay? Man, she has a lot of hair, okay? So she does want a good little amount of baby hair, so I just brushed that to the front, and then I'm going to start parting. So I part where the first braid is going to be, guys, and this is one of the disadvantages of not pre-parting because you don't really quite know, how big you want the braids. So the first braid is kind of like a test braid. If I didn't really like it, I just would have took it out, okay? I should have made this braid a little bigger, but I think, the size is fine. As you gradually get towards the middle, they're going to kind of get a little bigger anyway, so which is fine, all right? So I'm just going to clean up the parting and I'm going to start braiding. Make sure you apply the product in the front, on the back, on the sides, in the middle, everywhere it needs to be, applied. So since I have curved nails, guys, I am going to braid with my nails. If you do not have curved nails, you can just go ahead and super glue like a curved nail on your pinky and use the same concept, or you can use a comb. I did start off using the comb at first, but then I realized, you know what, I have these curved nails for the first time in a long time. So I'm going to just kind of start using my nails, okay? You're going to braid and just start braiding, guys. When you need to add hair, you just kind of pinch the hair in with your pointer and your thumb finger. You can continue braiding like that, or you can just do half and half and braid half of the braid and then come back and braid the other half. But since it's small pieces, I'm just going to go ahead and kind of just add the braiding hair in and just braid that way, guys. So I'm going to add the hair only on the left hand side because I'm left-handed and that's where my control is, okay? So I'm just going to braid there. If you're right-handed, you will probably braid or add in from the right hand side, okay? So I'm just going to braid to the right, braid back to the left, and stitch with my pinky finger, okay? And just kind of add a little bit of, product if you need so, and then braid to that right, braid to that left, and then either add hair then stitch, or just stitch if you're not going to add hair. Okay, so I added hair and then you're going to stitch. I think the key to getting a clean stitch is really to kind of like smooth the hair out with the finger and then kind of pull a little bit and then stitch with your thumb. I think control is very important when you want clean stitches, okay? Always make sure you are in control. If you're not in control, you need to kind of let go and reform your fingers to where you can get the control, okay? So yeah, so I'm just slowly adding hair in, guys. I'm going to kind of pull a little bit and then stitch. Add a little product to combine everything together, and then kind of comb if you need to detangle, braid to the right, braid to the left, and then either add hair if I need to add hair, and then stitch. Yeah, so it's literally the same concept, guys. You see me letting go. That stitch didn't, that adding that hair in just wasn't smooth enough, so I kind of let go. And then I'm going to kind of add, at this point, you're not really going to see the stitch anymore. So I kind of stopped stitching for the most part because like I said, you're just not going to see it. So, but I am going to continue adding hair, just, you know, to make sure that the braid is not too skimpy, okay? So guys, I'm going to do that concept the same way. Once I'm done with those 6 braids, I'm going to move on the other side. Now I'm not going to braid it all the way to the end just in case I needed to add hair for thickness or add hair for length, okay? So I kind of wait until I get to the end of all the braids to start adding hair or make it thicker, okay? So I'm going to braid till I get to like the shoulder, and then I'm going to let go. And I'm going to keep on doing the same concept, guys. So I will be back whenever it's time to like add length or add the curly ends, because I am going to have curly ends for the style. All right, y'all, so right here I am basically done with all her braids, or at least 6 of the braids. So I'm going to start kind of seeing how I'm going to do everything, whether or not I need to add more braiding hair and then add the curly pieces or not. So the length that I chose was fine, honestly. I didn't have to add any more braiding hair, but I did anyway. Like I said, this is the first braid because I still kind of wanted it to be thick. So, but this kind of set the tone of how long the braids were actually going to be, which was they were pretty long, okay? But so what I'm going to do is I'm going to, add that braiding hair, then I'm going to add that curly hair, okay? Make sure that the curly hair kind of outlengths the braiding hair, so that way when you keep on braiding, you basically run out of braiding hair and you end up with the curly hair at the ends, okay? So I'm just braiding that curly hair into it. It's a spring twist hair. I did grab one spring twist hair and cut it in half and then split that half into half. So it ended up being 4 strands per piece, okay? I wanted to make sure that nothing was too thick, and I also wanted to make sure that I had enough hair, because she literally told me she wanted the boho curly ends like late notice, and I only had like a small bundle of curly hair from when I did some locks. So yeah, guys, so basically I just kind of added into it, braided it into it, and I'm just going to keep on braiding down and just keep on adding that to the braids. Very, very simple. When I get to the end point where I'm done, whether or not I run out of hair or not, see, I never really ran out of the braiding hair. I just ended up getting to the point where I had a little piece left. So what I did was I just made a knot. I made a knot, and I literally made like 20 knots. I made so many knots, okay? I just made knots, and then I just kind of cut off the rest of the braiding hair, and I was left with the curly hair at the end. That is basically all I did. If you do need, more grip and more smoothness, you can use a comb and that even edge control right there, and just kind of add it to the braid, so that way you still have some smoothness whenever you are braiding. But when you start adding that curly hair, the braid's gonna get a little wompy, a little bit boho. Don't worry about it. You don't need a perfect braid, because that's what happens when you add that curly hair, okay? So don't worry about that, guys. Like I said, it's just kind of for the look anyway. So right here, I don't think I added any more braiding hair. Maybe I did, but you see how kind of long that braiding hair gets? Like how long you have. So I think I just kind of started adding that curly hair. Oh, no, never mind. I did add a little bit of braiding hair. Again, just to kind of see. I'm trying to see if this is the only braiding hair I end up adding for this braid. Yeah, it seems like this is the only braiding hair I end up adding. And then I start adding, yeah, so I only added one piece this time just to kind of see, because I started realizing, like, okay, I don't have to add 2 pieces. I could just add that one piece, So, yeah. So, so guys, I just kind of added that. Like I said, those curly pieces adding is going to have a little bit, of the stressiness to the braid, but that's kind of what you want, all right? So yeah, guys, so I'm just going to do that, and then when I'm done, I'll kind of explain what I'm doing when I'm done. Alright, y'all, so now that I am basically done, I am going to use that even edge control and just kind of, you know, mold the baby hairs the way I want. I'm going to do the side. Y'all, so it's a trick I like to use, like when the baby hair is too long and you have this extra just baby hair, you can just like crochet the extra baby hair into that following braid and just be very gentle when it comes to it. You don't want to like hurt the client or be really rough, but yeah, so I like to do that and then smooth it out with that, you know, that even edge control. And then I like to use that Got To Be glue gel on top of that, on top of the edges, just to kind of make sure the edges stay for days, to be honest. That's like one trick that I love to use. And then when I'm basically done with smoothing out the baby hairs, I like to use that Vigorol Mousse. But y'all, I recorded this with my phone and my phone kept going dead. So you probably don't even see that, but you are going to see me like crochet that extra piece of braiding, or the extra piece of baby hairs into that braid, just to kind of, you know, like I said, to hide that extra piece of that baby hair. So that is one little tip that I like to use, guys. Like I said, make sure you're very gentle, especially like right there, it was really, really tight. So just make sure you're gentle. I know it kind of was like hurting her a little bit. So I was like, she's like, what are you doing? I was like, girl, I'm getting rid of this extra baby hair and I'm crocheting it into your braid. Yeah, y'all, so after that, I like to just kind of spray it with the Got To Be glue spray first. Then I get the Vigorol Mousse, y'all, and I kind of spread it on the braids. And then I spray it again with the Got To Be glue spray. And then when I'm done with that, guys, I like to use that Vigorol Mousse and kind of put a lot on that curly hair. So that way it kind of smooths and gets rid of that frizz on that curly ends. And then I'll use the wrap strips to kind of wrap on top of the hair, just to kind of lay away the flyaways. A lot of people say they don't know what's the point of that, but the point of that is to lay the flyaways that you can't get to without cutting it on the roots, you know, like close on the scalp. So that's what I like to do. That's what I like to use, y'all. And then I'll get like the like that stand-up dryer. Put it on 10 minutes. 10 to 15 minutes is a good time to dry everything up. And then and just kind of cut it off, and then you'll be done. So thank y'all so much for watching this video. Hope it was informative. Even though I wasn't able to show exactly everything, I still try to explain it to you, because like I said, I recorded this on my phone. My camera, I ran out of like space on my SD card, so I had to make it do what it do. Had to get this content for y'all. But yeah, guys, love y'all so much. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I will talk to y'all in my next video. Bye.